Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now this is going to be part 2 of this illustration by Richter. Now I'm going to start off and say, in hindsight, now that these have dried overnight, I don't like how they've turned out. So I'm going to go over them with Inktense pencils, just 2 colours because the base is already there. I'll just do a few of these on camera just to show you what I'm going to do to fix them, because I think the pumpkin is so vibrant and nice. It just makes these look a bit blah, So I've picked out Fern and Beige green in the Inktense, and all I'm going to attempt to do is randomly put this colour here and there. I think the adultcolours are really nice, but because these are just so bright and it's what I've been using recently, I sort of like got used to having a really punchy colour, and I just feel like these are just not it. So yeah, I'm going to go over the top, just add a little bit more detail, nothing too crazy, just with these 2 colours. Let's wet the brush, make sure it's fully saturated. Yeah, there we go. And do the same thing around the edge, but I'm not going to blot it this time because I think it blended it out way too much. Just dab it almost, just to activate it. And even that, look at the difference in just that and that. So that's what I'm going to do over the whole, all of the leaves on this illustration. And I think for this one I will stick with Inktense, and then if I want to use the adultcolours I'll just have to use them on their own, because in my mind now they're not bright enough. But if I use them on their own they would be bright enough, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I will get these coloured and then we will come back. I think I want to start, I might get these branches done and then start on the hair. So that's looking a little bit better now, a little bit more defined. Certain ones are better than others, so I might have to go over again actually. Like that one's fine. That one that originally did fine. I think I'm going to go over that one again. Maybe that one, I don't know what it is. I think because there's not loads of details in the leaves, like with other previous pictures that I've been doing, that's what it must be. That's what it must be. Anyway, I thought I'd just do the twigs and get them out the way, because I am going to do a black acrylic background. Now, I won't film that because it's literally me using just black paint, making sure, trying my best not to go over the illustrations. I popped some masking tape down in prep for that, and then in prep for doing, camera, come on, in doing the watercolour. There you go. So I've only picked 2 colours out to do these twigs. I've picked Willow and Burnt Umber. So I just want to see how this looks. Looking at my swatch chart, it looks like a light enough brown that the Burnt Umber will show up. Now it will take me a while to do this black background, because I've got all these tiny little bits. Now I think I'm going to go over this. I'm going to take a picture of it on my phone before I colour it, paint it, and then try and redo it with stickles. That's the idea. I might not be able to put the spider back in there, but it's better off without the spider, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll do this one and test it and see if I like it. But yeah, I've had hassle with them leaves so far. I mean, second attempt. I do think I need to go over a 3rd time. Don't know what's wrong. I'm hoping that the hair and the skin goes a bit smoother, to be honest. Now, instead of just doing that layer and then waiting for it to dry and do this, I'm going to try all at once with the Burnt Umber. If it doesn't work, at least I've only done it on the one at the bottom, just to give them a bit of shadow. Maybe a little bit at the side. And some down here. Get that activated. Oh, I want my red one. Where's my red one? The Arteza one, because it's a lot fatter now. If I can get the lid off. And we'll start at the lighter areas. and then I'll move into the darker one. I should really practice doing this because it would be so much quicker instead of waiting for layers to dry, but whenever I've done this in the past it's not turned out. So now I start going into that darker one. Same here. Then before I move on to the next section, take off any excess. That's not too bad actually. And I'm going to have to sort of manoeuvre my hand the opposite way. This does not feel natural. I'll pull it out a little bit. Oh, it's not too bad. That's my Alexa. Is my pan actually coming today? Yeah. It was due 2 days ago, that. Late Amazon. Yeah, so I think I'll stick with that colour combination. So Willow and Burnt Umber. It's nothing special, but I do think it's quite effective. And I'm getting away with just colouring it the one time. So I'll do this other one on camera and then quickly get the other ones done. I don't know what it is when I film. It takes me nearly double the amount of time as if I was just sat here having music on. It does take me so much longer. And these are the boring bits anyway, aren't they? So I can just skip through all this. I even thought as well, if I'm putting that black acrylic background, if I've got something, I probably have, I could do some sort of like glow effect in the background. That's the idea anyway, whether it works out. And I would like to do another page as well to use that Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. I've not used that in a long time. I'm hoping I can still open the tub, to be honest with you. So let's darken it here. There it is. Do the same thing. I want to activate the lightest part first. I was up at the crack of dawn this morning. I actually went out bathroom shopping for Isabel's new bathroom, getting all bits that she needs. Towels, towel holder, toothbrush holder, that sort of thing. Done mountains of washing and bedding. So I'm feeling quite productive today. My son's not long left to go to uni. And then I've got the painters in at 2 o'clock I think today. So it's coming up to dinner time, so I've started doing this late, but like I said, I've been busy this morning. I did sneak in half an episode of Monsters though. I am so enjoying that. I think there's like 8 or 10 episodes, it's quite long. So it'll take me a little while to get through it. But yeah, I think that's not too bad. It's the sort of thing that I was thinking of. So yeah, I will do that, I will do the black background and then come back to put our very first base layer on the hair with the watercolour. That definitely took longer than anticipated. I'm so glad I didn't end up doing that in real time or even recording it and fast forwarding it, because it did take a while. It's still not 100% dry yet. But I've pulled out the Paul Rubin watercolour paints. These are the colours. And I'm going to go with greener, but a darker shade of green, so these pop a little bit more, because I'm still not happy with them. Maybe I'll have to do a bit of pencil over the top, I don't know. But the colours that I've activated, there's not actually any names, but it's these two. Is it these two? Yeah, these 2 colours. Actually, I'm going to activate that one as well. Where's my puppet? Puppet. That looks blue though. Maybe it looks different when you swatch it out. But my aim is, I want to do the flat colour all over the hair, but then make it slightly darker at the top, I think. I'm just going to see how I get on, to be honest. Switching over to a proper watercolour brush now. I like using proper paint brushes, when I'm using watercolour, but if I'm using the Inktense or Albert Duras, I use the aqua brushes. I don't know why. So let's get some mixing of colours. Actually, let me just move this out of the way. We'll just mix the one colour first. I want to make sure that I'm mixing enough to cover the whole head of her. We'll add, I think it's more of a turquoise shade, this one. That shouldn't be too bad. Let's try and take off some excess. And I don't think that'll be overly pigmented, so let's add a little bit more. Let's start off with that and see how I get on. The only thing with this palette, it's really nice, but that part, it doesn't stay flat. It's wanted to all settle down a bit where it's going to tip out the side, or even worse, go on them paints. So hurry up and try and use this colour. So yeah, I kept the masking tape on just for this. Now, one thing I will say that you want to be pretty quick, because it will dry and you'll get awful funny lines everywhere. So like these little details and stuff, I'll come back to them. Just want to get these large areas filled in as quick as possible. It's already starting the... Actually, I'm not too fussed if I go over the jewellery, because I would like to use my new glitter or hoo-hoo markers on this page, and they will be perfect for it, them little areas. So yeah, I'm not bothered about going over them, and it just makes my life a little bit easier. I just fancied using watercolour on a page. I've not done it in a little while. I feel like I'm saying that all the time. Same with these pearls as well. I'm going to go over them with something else, so I'm not worried. Although I do want to stay away from the face, because it'll be difficult to colour the skin if there's green everywhere. So yeah, be careful around the face and neck. I wonder what colour jewellery here, even a darker green might be nice, or a different shade of orange. You know, so just a very limited colour palette might be nice. Or maybe just the opposite. I'd have to look at the colour wheel. I was talking to my niece recently about that. I can't find mine because I was explaining all the different colours. She said she struggles to pick the colours. I need to search it out, it's gone missing. So I'm not adding any more paint now, I'm just moving around what is already here. Just trying to make it as smooth as I possibly can. I might even end up adding a little bit more water here and there. By the time that I finish this side, I'm going to add a bit of water here. Yeah, by the time that I finish this side, I think this side will be dried. Right, so the opposite side. I've just read a comment as well. Someone commented saying they really enjoyed the video, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. But sometimes they don't understand what I'm saying. I think it's when I get excited about something or really enthusiastic about something that I'm talking about, I tend to talk really, really quick, and I can totally understand you not being able to understand me, because I've been told that in the past, like in person, in real life, you know, I do talk quick sometimes. I think it's where we live as well. Where I live, a lot of people tend to talk pretty quick. It's the opposite when you've had a drink, I think. You talk a bit slow then, don't you? But yeah, I'll try my best to slow down a bit, or think about what I'm saying and try and pronounce it a little bit better, should I say. So this side, for some reason, is being a little bit better behaved than the other one. But what I'm going to do with the bottom here, I'm just going to pop my finger underneath, so just so I don't get paint on the... Look at that page behind, how cool is that one? I should have put that in the, it was my channel members as well, I should have put it in the channel members tab. This was a draw between, I think, 1 or 2 either other pages. So I thought, yeah, if this is a draw, I'm sure they won't mind. I didn't think anybody wanted to see another colour along from the, what's it called? Amelia Fairy Tales and Folklore colouring book. Emily Olberg. I didn't think anybody would want to see another page so soon. But I've done 4. I've done 4 pages out of it. I love it. I've just started the big double page spread at the back, and that is going to be a labour of love. You know, spend half an hour on it here, half an hour on it there. It might take me a couple of weeks, couple of months to finish it, but I think it'll be well worth it. I think it'll be stunning when it's done. So I'm going to get to all the flyaways now that I can see. But she's just down here, and there's one or 2 down here as well. And then I think I'll mix that darker shade. I'll use that leftover paint though. Be very careful here. I don't want to get that on the skin. Now, is that her? Well, it is her now. It's been her. Because I'm not sure. So, that's that. I'm going to add a little bit more of what it looks like, a turquoise shade to me. And I'm not going to add any more water. And what I might do is, instead of, I was going to add it to the top and pull it down, but maybe adding it underneath and just pulling it down there would be nice. Oh, what funny, before I went to the loo and I had the black acrylic paint all from my cheek, my left cheek, all the way to my chin. So I'd clearly touched the paint and then touched my face. I literally laughed out loud. I thought, how did I not feel that? Dog is snoring. She's probably sat on my bedroom floor as we speak. She can't jump up on the bed anymore, which in one way it's a good thing, but on another, and she's just getting older now. Getting older. So let's finish that off. I'm just want clean water here. I'm going to pull it down a little bit. Just like that. I'll leave that to dry and come back. We are all nice and dry now. I did cheat a little bit and use the heat gun. I've pulled out my Black Widow pencils. And I was thinking that these would be really nice for the hair because there's plenty of greens to pick from. But before I do that, I want to use this, the Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze in black, to fill in these, because I'm certain it's, well, I don't know now. There's lines there for her, but I'm not sure, so I think it should be black. And this is like a really shiny black as well when it's dried. It's almost like raised up as well. So if I'm colouring the page in front of this, I'll definitely have to put quite a few pieces of paper in between the layers. But I'm definitely going to put something surrounding her, whether that be like a gel pen or glitter, metallic paint, just something. I'm not sure. Whoops. I think pages like this, in hindsight, because even like doing sections of things, because they're so big, it gets a little bit tedious and boring. And I do honestly think that, because when I'm going back editing, sometimes I do think, do you really need to see me, or do you really want to see me colouring the same thing over and over again? The answer is no. So if it makes it a slimmed down version of the video, oh, I'm out of frame. A slimmed down version of the video, and it makes it a little bit easier for you to watch as well. So if you do still want to colour along, I've explained the colours and shown you the technique and did a little bit of something, but then I do the rest off camera and come back. I need to remember as well, I see people on Instagram like taking pictures step by step of what they're doing. They put it together in like a 5-second long, 10-second long video, and it's so cool, and you're literally seeing every single step. So I just think that's the best way to go, especially with these sorts of pages. When it's really detailed pages, you can, like a Christmas scene, you could just colour the bear and the Christmas present, and then do the next video concentrate on the tree and the decorations. Do you know what I mean? I hope I explained that well enough. So you can see it's nice and shiny. So the point is, that's what I'm going to do with the rest of this video. I'm going to show you the colours, and I'm going to start one portion of the hair, do the rest off camera, and then do the same with the skin, and then we can just finish the page together. I do think that will be a better viewing experience, because I know myself as well, when I'm watching other people's videos, if they're really, really mega long, I won't watch them. I'm not going to lie. I do like a shorter art video. Right. I've said this so many times in this video, but that's what I thought. I looked at my pencils and thought, I've not used these in a little while, so I'll pull them out now. Again, I don't know where that swatch book is. It's doing my head in. But I have got Fang Green. The dog's going to run downstairs. You'll hear pitter patter. She hates this machine. There she goes. And then Dragon. No, that's the... Is it the Dragon set? Sabri? Or Wizard? No, we'll go with Wizard. That's sharp enough. And then what about a mid green? We've got Toxic Green. I think I'll pick I'll pick 4 colours. And then what about... Most of these, oh no, 2 of them are from the Dragon set. No, that won't work. What about this one? Zombie. Zombie, 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 what's in your head? Sorry. Got a bit carried away then, I think. I think this should be okay. We'll see. So I like this portion here. Don't worry about all the other itty bits. They're gonna go over them. So it's more of a lime green, this, but I think it'll suit, because I think it'll go with the leaves. And just doing that watercolour base, it just gets rid of the white of that paper, because I think sometimes the white of the paper can sort of, not scare you, I don't know the right word, but it stops you from having any ideas, because it's just like a blank canvas sort of thing. I think when you put the initial colour there, you can actually see what it's going to look like, or what your aim is for it to look like when you've finished. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but like with Tantone paper, I always feel better using Tantone paper because it's not white. Right, so I'm going to pull this colour a little bit further down. You saw I wasn't doing anything, I was just block colouring. Super duper easy. I do want a little bit of that watercolour to show through though, so I'm not going to go over all of it. Just like that much, and then go in with the slightly darker one, which was the Toxic Green. Fill in any areas first. I think I'll probably bring it up to about here, so actually I'll do that first. Whoops, me and my heavy hand. It doesn't matter what brand pencil, like Polychromos is one of the hardest pencils, or the Orogitons. I'm not a fan of them because they are so hard. it hurts my wrist and my elbow using them. But the point is, I even snap them, and I can't help it. I really do try and have a light hand, but yeah, never works. So I'm just block colouring the rest of this. Yeah, because I'm using high pressure now, it's hurting. I think I said this in one of my other videos. Causes a pain in my arm. Whoops, went on a leaf there. Whoops a daisy. So, Fang Green. Let's see how dark this is first. Oh, that'll work. So where it's meeting the previous colour, I just want them to blend seamlessly together. Just checking the camera then, because I was worried that I wasn't recording. Oh no, oh no. But I am. Crisis averted. So yeah, you get the idea, and then I'm just going over the rest of this. Now you might be thinking, why don't I just go over the darkest shade there? Because it won't look the same. It will not look the same. It might be a slightly lighter version, darker version, probably darker. And this is just the way that I like doing it. Everyone's got their own little quirks of how they do things, haven't they? Just because you do it a different way to me doesn't mean that it's wrong. So I don't know how much this is going to show up. If it doesn't show up very well, I might just go straight up black. Or is it black ink in this side? I can't quite remember. Yeah, so it's barely showing up. So instead of wasting that pencil, because that's what will end up happening, I will find the black, and this one's from the skin set. And then all that, because it's a thicker, it was that when they first started doing the thicker ones. Where am I leaking? Yeah, so we had the nothing, we had that, and then we had the even thicker ones. See the difference there? Right, I'm totally confused now, because did I use that one? Venom. I've just put one back. No, Zombie. We was using Zombie, not Venom. Good job I read the names. So with this black, ideally I just want to pop it at the root. I don't want to pull it down. Nowhere near as far as like down here. Just like that. But you can see the difference in colour there. So it's definitely worth adding a little bit of pencil over the top. And I want to fill all this in. I'm not worrying about it being too neat. That's from previous paint, not the pen that I've just popped down. And basically that is going to be it. I'll do the opposite from the bottom. So it'll meet in the middle the exact same way as what I did the pumpkin, just with colour pencils. And then, yeah, I'll just do the same there as well. It'll just be the exact same technique. Although there, I might add more of a turquoise. Just the one colour. Yeah, it's literally called turquoise. That was a good guess. Turquoise. So yeah, I'll be back for this skin. I'm thinking my Holbeins for skin, purely because I've just got a couple of new pencils that I'd like to use. But yeah, I'll decide and come back. I'm excited for the background as well. I don't know what to do for that. And we are back. This is like 2 days later. I do apologise for taking so long to do this colour. I have to keep my phone quite near me as well, so if it goes off, I'm waiting for the OT to give me a call. And yes, go into that another time. Anyway, I had to do the skin in a time lapse. I'll put the noise here, round about here somewhere.
Picks and chooses who it wants to focus on.
And obviously I couldn't be filming through that, and it was really sporadic. It continued for a couple of minutes, then stop for 15 minutes, and then carry on again for 10 minutes. It was, yeah, but it's done now. It's done. And I'm really pleased how this skin turned out. I'll be honest, it does look better on camera than it does in person. That's one area that I would love to get better at. It's just practicing it a bit more. It's not my favourite thing to do, so I can't get better at it if I'm not going to practice it. So I'm going to stick with my Holbeins again because I've got these new colours and I want to use them. All I'm going to use these pencils for anyway, I think. Obviously the eyes, the lips, I don't know whether... Look at my cute little cup. You can't see it properly. I don't know whether to do the jewellery in it, because I do want to use the Ohuhu glitter markers in areas. And I said I wanted to do some sort of effect in the background. I think I'll use a metallic paint for that. Anyway, so for her eyes, I'm going to go with like an amber shade, I think. So I'll start off with Dandelion. And just put a light layer of that over. We want a bit of grey as well, and I don't think I've got many greys in this set actually. They're the colours that I'm lacking, I do believe. Yeah, so I'm missing quite a few greys. I think I've got, yeah, Cool Grey 2 and Cool Grey 5. I should just about be able to pull it off what I want to do. Oops, I'm going to give you nausea. And then to deepen this up a little bit, actually we'll do an in-between shade, Tangerine. I know that these need sharpening, but my dog's fast asleep on my bed, so I don't want to sharpen it because she's terrified of the electric sharpener for some stupid reason. So yeah, I just want to deepen this up, left and right, but keep it the brightest in the very centre. And then to deepen it up even further, I think I need a darker one than that now. Vermilion. Yep, vermilion. I do need to go over the eyelashes as well actually. I'm not bothered about going over the pupil because I'm going to add my own highlights and add a black as well for the eyes actually. I'm just using this because it's just the it's a Pitt Artist pen marker, and I've actually just been using this to write in the sleep diary, so it's just there handy. So I'll fill in them pupils. I want to make them a tiny bit bigger actually. And then we can go ahead with the greys. I said I've only got 2. But 2's better than nothing. Yeah, these are both the Cool Grey 2 and 5. So I'll start off with the 5 actually. At the very top. And just pull that colour down. And I want to keep this bit the brightest. You might hear outside noises because it's really weird weather. What are we now? The middle of October. Yeah, the middle of October. And it's... what is it? Alexa, what's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 12 degrees Celsius. Today, you can expect a high of 17 degrees.
Stop. There you go. See, it's a high of 17 degrees. Where do you get that in October? So I was blending this out a bit with the slightly lighter shade, but it is due to rain soon as well. Got my niece coming visiting me today, so I'm happy. Actually, I'm going to add a tiny bit of pink. I can either choose this ash rose. I think I am going to choose this because the other ones were a bit too bright. I'm trying to make this somewhat realistic. So this is ash rose. I'm just randomly putting that down. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then for them inner corners, I did use cork, I think. Was it cork? It might have been beige, but I've got all the cork now. Just to go over them inner corners. The eyelashes, I'll use the same Pit pen, I think. So I'll do this side first, actually. I feel like I'm all fingers and thumbs, and I've come up with a great idea today. I'm not moving my bookcase, I'm flipping it round so it'll be shorter but longer, so I'll have more surface space because I'm thinking about putting my printer on there. So I don't think I'll be able to do that today. So I've got things arranged with my niece that I'm looking forward to. She's doing my nails. They desperately need doing. These are all my natural nails, and I really don't want to get in the habit of biting my nails again when I'm stressed. So she's going to do my nails for me. Yeah, it's a good job this pen's quite thin actually. That waterline, I want to fill it in black. Do you remember when you used to do this years and years ago? Not so much anymore. I put black eyeliner there when I'm doing my makeup, like underneath. But we used to do this years ago. Raccoon eyes. I think it'll suit this illustration. So this is just straight up black. I'm going to thicken the top one up as well. And the lips, they need to be red with hints of black in there. I am going to have to sharpen this, unfortunately. I'm going to use my crank sharpener. I do still like this sharpener, it's just the electric one so much quicker. That'll do. So we want some reds. So I've got Signal Red. When I did place that last order for some of these pencils, some reds were missing, so I'm missing Scarlet and Carmine. It was my husband actually. He said, do you want anything, do you need anything? I said, I've been collecting Holbein pencils for years at this point. I think I started collecting them in 2020. It's when I got back from Florida when COVID first hit and all that. Excuse me, slurping it up. And then I think Crimson. Yeah, so this is going to need a sharpen as well. Oh, that should do. So we'll just stick with them three colours for now. So we've got Signal Red, Crimson and Black. I think the red will really contrast really nicely with the green of her hair and the leaves. So we'll start off with just a really light layer with this. Just try and get it as even as I can. That should do. And then at the very centre, like where the lips actually meet, and deepen that up a little bit with the crimson, as well as the top. And then keep the lightest areas of the cupid's bow and the bottom lip. Using quite light pressure though now, just trying to layer it up slowly. Another with another layer, and then in with the black. And normally with the black I would have pulled it like out here like this. I want to do this for a change. So another layer of the crimson. And then the lightest, which was Signal Red. Just want to go over the whole thing. And then I'm going to use the Caran d'Ache blender, which is my favourite at the moment. It's not the full blender, I can't stand that one. It is this one. It's just a pencil, it's just literally called pencil blender. And I get these off Jackson Art. I think they're £2.30, I think. I have noticed the price of Holbeins have gone down slightly. When I started buying them they were £3, if not a little bit more each. And when I ordered them they were £2.50 each, which is still expensive for a pencil, don't get me wrong. But yeah, they've been reduced, I'm not sure why. Yeah, I just love these, look at that, it's just like magic. And you don't have to use mega hard pressure like you do with the, which one was it, the Faber-Castell, was it the Castell one? The other blender that I kept using all the time. And then the Prisma blender as well, that's exactly the same, you have to use quite hard pressure with that, but this you don't, I don't think. So, now that we've done with the lips and the eyes, I'm quite pleased with them. I'm going to add the highlights now. So let me just pop these all back. I do like to stay neat, so I know where everything is. I can't remember what this white's like. Yeah, we'll use that. I can't remember where I got this from now. It's like any of the other cheap markers, not markers, but yeah, they're classed as markers, aren't they? So, see, this one is definitely not as, yeah, it's not as pigmented. Well, I've started using it now. Well, why does that look pigmented, but when I just do a dot it doesn't really show up very well? That's weird. Let's do the eyes like that. I don't know if I was even in frame then. And then the lips. Just take off a little bit of it. Just like that. Just so it's not super duper bright. And you get the idea though. I'm still umming and ahhing with that jewellery. Shall I just watercolor paint it, or I've got these glitter markers that I want to use. I think I'm just going to do that. I really do want to use some of these. So what colours would go? Oranges, reds and greens would go, I think. So let's test out all of these colours first. Yeah, we'll test it out on there. So we've got the True Gold. I'll lift it up to the camera in a minute. And then we've got the more orangey gold. The darker green. The lighter green. Then we've got the red. I have to use that red because that red is beautiful and vibrant. So I'm thinking the orangey gold for some of the jewellery, and then for the other parts this green and this red, because that's, now that it's drying, it's almost turning into like a turquoise colour, this one. So yeah, that's a no-no for that one. So yeah, we'll stick with these for now, see how I get on. Like for instance, like this. I'll do this one here. Let's see how well it shows up without having that black background. They do slightly change in colour, these, I think, when they have dried. It's just catching the light there, and it almost looks gold there and then red there. Oh, you know what? The lids don't fit on. I'm very surprised about that. Yep, I am very, very surprised. One thing I will say about these markers is I do like that they are a little bit transparent, so you can see, well, you can't on camera, you can just about see the detail. So I'm not worrying overly, you know, because I don't want to be spending so much time putting all different colours on these when I did spend so much time on the hair and the skin. But I'm just going to randomly colour these in any of these three colours. But I do want that orange one for the crown, the jewellery, I think. And then I'm going to pull out the KJ Designs by Karen paints, I think, to do like what am I going to call it? Aura. The aura behind her. So we'll do some of these green, and then these ones red, just so it stands out a little bit more. Yeah, and then I'll do the actual jewellery part, this orangey gold. Yeah, so I'll do all the little fiddly bits. Actually, I can just show you what I'm going to do on these now. Just go over the top of them, then maybe a couple of details. I'll use the red so it matches the lipstick, but you see what I mean? I'm going over these and you can still see the lines underneath, which I really do like. Sounds like it's getting more rainy. I have to go out as well and go and pick up some more school cardigans. She's completely destroyed the ones that she's got with biting them. Biting the arms. Trying to explain to her as well not to do it. She thinks it's hilarious. So yeah, I've gone and pick some of them up. I should be waiting really. They break up on Friday for a week. You know what? I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to the not early mornings and actually spending the day with her. I'm going to take her to Trafford Centre a couple of times. She really likes it there and I love it there. So she can go for her favourite meal. I'll take her for a McDonald's. Yeah, we'll go there a couple of days. And I've recently been getting into Nespresso coffee, like really getting into it. I got the pumpkin spiced coffee last time that I was there. I was gutted. I asked, I said, can I have the pumpkin spiced coffee and can I have the limited edition gingerbread, and the guy said, sorry, but your coffee machine doesn't work with them. The gingerbread, yeah, it's the gingerbread one that doesn't work. So I'll just do the exact same thing and then come back to do the aura. I'm doing that aura, and then add in a little highlights here and there with the Posca pen, and then we can call this page done. So not too bad in 2 parts. Now these are the paints that I was talking about. This is my KJ Designs by Karen collection. I do believe these 2 though aren't part of it, so they're my colours. And I managed to get this set here second hand on Facebook. That's not my favourite. This set here is my favourite. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've just run upstairs and I'm out of breath. So let's get my little pipettes. I'm going to do all the highlights first, but while I'm waiting I might as well get these colours activated. I'm thinking, let's move these in the light. This gold here, which I can't see the name of. I'm sure that was like the metals set or something. So I'll just leave that now. Look at how sparkly it does. It's almost like it's moving. If I put my light on my phone, add a little bit more water. You see it? Oh, this is lovely. So for the highlights, my trusty tiny teeny weeny little Posca pen. And I've been doing this a lot recently. Just adding these here and there. Now I don't know how that watercolour is going to behave on this acrylic, because I've not done that in a long time. I can't remember. So I'm just hoping it dries okay. I'm not going to use the heat gun or anything. I'll probably pull the window back open and have it on the windowsill for a bit. And hope that it dries okay. Should we put some in the... Yeah, go on, we'll do. We'll do one big one and then a little one. One big one and a little one. It almost looks like it's looking that way then. 'Tis the season to get ill as well, I think. On the verge of a cold. Well, I don't want to do this on every single leaf and branch. Well, one thing I will say about these glitter pens, now I don't know if it's because I used a lot of that orangey gold. I really did have to keep pushing the nib down to get the ink to come out. It was really irritating. So it took me a lot longer than I thought to get all the jewellery filled in actually. Let's put a bit on her nose. Just like that. Some more down here. How will it look over? Oh, it works just fine over the glitter markers. I'm quite happy about that. It's tending to mix with it a little bit there though. I need to pause and go and blow my nose. Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs. I've just had to let the dog out. And took a towel downstairs to dry her so she doesn't wet all the house. So I think that's enough of the highlights for now. I'm nervous about this, I hope it works. Got 2 watercolour brushes, a size 6 and a size 2. I'll start off with a size 2 to my cloth. And then dip straight in. I need more water. You know what, I've not ordered in a long time any new paints of these. I bet she's got so many colours out now, it's not even funny, I bet. I remember seeing the whole collection, it was like a big silver tin. I was like, yeah, Hey, beautiful. And she's just gone running downstairs. Sure she has. My son's only on half a day of uni today, so I'll pull this up actually. So he's currently snoozing, but I'm going to get him up in a minute. It's currently 9 o'clock. So we can get up and do some work. So my idea was, I'm going to have to do this the opposite way around. Is putting the colour down and then just using clean water to pull it up. That was the idea anyway. If I use this brush to get some water, and then I'm not touching any of the paint there, you can probably see me glistening now when I pull into the paint, and just slightly pull it up. Get some more clean water. I'm going to have to be careful because I have used, was it inktense or Albert on this, so obviously don't want to reactivate it. I'll just move it up so I can see. It's sort of doing what I want it to do. Let's pull that up. I didn't even think about them markers, will they bleed as well? The only thing with these paints, they are quite thick, which is good in one sense and in others it's not. Let's see. So I think I'm just going to have to see what that looks like dry, so I'll do the same on the opposite side. So add a little bit more water to it. And then just fill in probably to about here, maybe a little bit further. I'll lift my paper up slightly. I don't want to get it on the page behind. Now we've got that down, let's get some clean water. Start pulling that up. Any excess I'm not going to add any more just yet. Just pop on like that. Then pull it up. Clean water again. And I think I'll just have to see how that dries, whether I want to add any more or not. Yeah, so I'll probably see you in about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to properly give it time to dry because I really don't know how it's going to react on that acrylic background. We'll see. It's 100% dry now and I'm just going to leave it as that. I don't want to push my luck and have anything activating too much, but if I can just, you can just about see the sparkle, like it's even pulling up all the way here. And there's even a tiny bit in the middle there. So it has done what I wanted it to do. Just doesn't look as smooth as I would have liked. But I like the overall outcome of it. Please let me know in the comments, do you like it? And leave me a thumbs up. But thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in my next